This is Moonshine and Music with Joe Shelton. Wait a minute, that's me. Anyway, we're going to bring you some inspiring songwriters, musicians, and maybe some side challenges and other stuff around the music industry. So stick with us right now, because the show is coming your way. Woo! Moonshine and Music starts right now. All right, everybody, welcome to Moonshine and Music. My name is Joe Shelton, and this is Tobacco Jones.
Tobacco Jones.
Although I wanted to introduce you under your real name, but we're not going to put the mystery out of that right now.
You don't want to?
Well, you can if you want. I was just trying to keep it fun for the kids.
Yeah. The real name is Tobacco Jones.
Oh, I see.
That's what my mom named me.
I see.
Now I adopted a name, Mike Ganzer, so you can find me. You can find me sometimes playing as that. It's kind of an alter ego.
Yeah. Is this Mike Ganzer character? Does he play like punk rock instead, or?
Yeah, that's where I started. Then moved into some metal. Actually, when I was in high school, that's exactly what I did. Yeah, but and then the Mike Ganzer did play some metal, and some punk. But then the Tobacco Jones studied ethnomusicology at IU, and I have my degree in ethnomusicology, something some people probably don't know about me. So I studied a lot of.
What is ethnomusicology?
It's kind of the study of it's how music and society come together, how groups form around music, and how music influences society. So I studied a lot of early American blues and just how African American music influenced the mainstream culture in music. Going back to Delta blues and Piedmont style blues and stuff like that. And I take a lot of my guitar style from some of that early stuff, kind of mixed with more modern singer-songwriter subjects and styles and things like that.
I think it would be cool to know what my style is and where it came from. I think it just came from the ether.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure somebody could watch me play like you with the ethnomusicology. I mean, I need to sit down with you with one of my music videos and have you just break it down for me.
Analyze it, yeah.
Ethnomusical styling. I don't know what it is, but but I'm willing to learn. I haven't taken the classes or read the journals, so
sure.
I'm kind
of that's all right. Everybody that I study it comes from a very natural thing. The people that weren't trained professionally, weren't didn't have that musical background and coming up taking lessons and things like that.
Well, I mean, I had some lessons, but I mean, we just never. I guess I wasn't one who delved that deeply into that.
Sure.
But I think it's interesting. Does it help you, obviously, it probably makes you look at everything way differently in terms of how you approach a song, or
and how I approach a song stylistically. I mean, a lot of my finger picking stuff, I kind of try to harken back to those old styles of Elizabeth Cotton or something like that, Mississippi John Hurt, some of that stuff. But I've also been really inspired by more modern folk and country and things like that. John Prine, of course, is one of my all-time favorite songwriters. So Townes Van Zandt, people like that. So kind of a wide.
I mean, nobody likes John Prine. I mean, it's such a. Horrible. I never hear that from musicians.
Right. I'm sure.
It's no one likes Willie Nelson either. I mean, they're just.
Did you catch him when he was in town?
Willie or John?
Willie.
No, I didn't.
He was here just recently.
I didn't know that, or I would have probably tried to catch him. I caught Jason Isbell lately.
Yeah,
that's the one big, nationally performing show that I've caught, because quite honestly, I have to schedule a day off.
Right.
Because they're usually here on a Friday or Saturday when we're playing shows, right?
Exactly,
so it's hard to get one. But yeah, I saw Jason Isbell and Amanda Shires opened with her own group, which is really just Jason Isbell and a couple of the guys from the 400 unit.
Yeah.
But it was killer.
Still good.
It was great.
Good.
But I haven't ever seen John Prine live. I've seen Willie a few times.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen Willie a couple times. I've only seen John Prine once. It was awesome. Saw him when he was here last year, I believe, at Clues Hall. And yeah, it was awesome. Tyler Childers opened for him. It was great.
Does it give you a when you have a hero like that, when you see him live? I mean, sometimes it's like it's an interesting way that you come into that, right? Because sometimes you're just like so hyped up and you get in there and you get disappointed, or sometimes you come in there and they're just even better than you expected. Or
yeah, he was definitely better than I expected. I didn't have high hopes for it. Actually, I didn't want to build myself up for that very reason. So that's happened to me with other artists.
It's tough. It's because you never know what they're going to be like live, right? Mm-hmm. So. How old were you when you started playing guitar? Were you born with it? I mean, was Tobacco Jones born with a guitar in his hand, or?
Pretty young. I was about 10, I think, when I started playing guitar. Yeah, I grew up playing saxophone as well.
Oh, so, stellar! Do you still play?
Still play a little bit of saxophone. My day job is repairing wind instruments. I do a lot of saxophone, flute, especially. Clarinet repair, that kind of stuff, woodwinds.
I've never seen you play sax.
Yeah. So. I don't get a chance to very often. Usually just around Christmas time we'll play with the sax.
Oh, yeah, like with some
sax
kind of
group,
group that wants to play kind of Christmas songs that way.
Yeah. That's about all the sax playing I get in now. But yeah, I started playing sax and guitar at about the same time, and when I went to college, the sax kind of dropped out. But and songwriting sort of took over as my main focus.
Yeah, I mean, I think when if you were writing song from the perspective of playing it on sax, it would be a whole different vein, right? I mean, because saxes are generally like in a certain key, like as their nature, right?
Sure. Yeah, exactly. It's easier to jump into a song, like add a melody line or something like that, than to compose. A new piece, on the sax.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because they're meant to be part of an ensemble, so you have 4 or 5 different kinds of sax.
Right. And you can't sing while you play.
That's true. Yeah, the lyrics are going to be a struggle when you're playing the sax at the same time.
Exactly.
So, where have you been, like, career-wise? I mean, what was your first show when you started playing this music thing live in front of people? Do you remember your first gig?
First gig, like first ever gig.
Yeah, like
that's going all the way back.
Was it a band?
It was a band. Like I said, I was playing punk mostly.
What was the band called?
I had a band called Prod that played. Yeah, it was a 4-piece kind of. Did some Limp Bizkit covers and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. So completely different than what I do now.
I so can't picture you playing Limp Bizkit. I'm trying really hard.
No, but I was probably a junior in high school, I think, when we had our first gig. So, yeah, did that for a few years. And after I graduated high school, I went to IU and everything, and got more kind of into the folk music scene.
Right.
So I started doing that. So my punk days weren't very fruitful, really.
So, are there records out there for people to find?
I have an album, Tobacco Jones, self-titled. You can find it on Spotify, YouTube, Google, iTunes, all the major streaming services. Physical copies as well. Working on a second one now. I've got the material for it. Just have to get into the studio and actually get it recorded.
Like the first one's self-titled, and I know I've heard it. What's the thrust for the second one? Is it going to be like, I mean, it's an interesting day and age we're in. A lot of people are just doing singles or little EPs. And for me, I like the album because I can like put a whole bunch of stuff together that kind of goes together.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what's your thrust for that? What's the plan?
Well, I think I'm going to approach it the same way I did the first one, basically. The first one, I went into the studio and I sat down and I just played everything in one take. Everything on that album is one take.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple mistakes, a couple
I think you did really good. But, I didn't really notice it.
I wanted it to be, I wanted it to have a feeling like if you come to see me live, like this is what you're going to get, And the second one, I've got quite a few songs that are a little bit different, some different like finger picking styles and things like that. So I still want to, I think, do it in a very simplistic way, though. Just record it all, one take if I can. and just make it as close to like a live feeling album as I can.
That's cool. Have you thought about like just doing a live album? Have you?
Yeah, I have. I wish I had. Yeah, I know. If I could get some good recordings of it, I probably would. But yeah.
I mean, I did a live record, and the thing about it was that I took my rig around and recorded like 30 shows, and then I just picked one.
Yeah.
You know, because it was tough to like. I was thinking at first I'd do it like some of the bigger acts do, where they like take 3 songs from this show and 4 from that one.
Right.
And what it turned out was that like the sounds of the rooms that I play in were so different, right? You know, because sometimes you're playing in a brewery, and sometimes you're playing in a bar where there's a bunch of noise, and sometimes you're playing in a listening room or a house show or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, obviously whatever one I pick, I just kind of stay with the same venue, because I don't have like steady of the background.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So it'd just be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right? If you like
just get a consistent sound.
Yeah. So then I had to find one where all of the all songs were good enough. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
There's a bad night on a certain song, and that one just, gets chucked out of the list because that one just didn't work,
Yep.
So it was a lot of fun, and it was an interesting experience. So
yeah.
I don't have
all the reasons that I'm not going to do a live one right now.
Right. Yeah. Like, it's like, man, that's my worst nightmare. Like,
right.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing to tackle. It feels like it'd be really easy. You just record your live show.
Yeah.
It was way harder than I thought it would be. And so, I mean, even in the afterthought of it, it's like, man, that was like. It was almost easier to do a studio record.
Right, yeah. Maybe less pressure, really. I mean,
after I recorded a few of them, the pressure was off, because it was just like I was always recording the shows, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like the first couple, I was like nervous about it, because I'm like, I'm recording this. This is for posterity or something, But yeah, I don't know. We have this man who joins us with a special segment today. And this is a brand new segment. We're just trying this out today in your episode.
All right.
This is Brent Lee Smith.
Brent.
And today, Brent Lee Smith is the Moonshine Book Club president.
That's right.
And
I'm the president and the vice president.
Both?
Yes.
It's a lot of responsibility.
That is, man.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this so no one else can mess it up.
Who's the Secretary of the Treasury?
That's also me. It's not just my club. Like, I ran for all the offices and I won.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, you've met me.
So, as the book club president, what do you got for us today for the Moonshine Book Club?
All right, yeah.
Oprah's had her book club.
Who?
Oprah Winfrey. I feel like this might be the beginnings of something. I understand.
Okay.
But this is another book club that's out there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope this does okay.
So what do you got for us in the way of a book club for the viewers of Moonshine and Music out there to jump in?
Right. So obviously we're a music show. Have musicians come on, and musicians. Most of you guys need day jobs because you're not good enough to get big gigs, or you are, and people just haven't noticed you yet. So
either way.
So I thought resumes for dummies would be a good one to start with. That way you can at least get a little bit of money to sustain you while you go out playing. I especially recommend chapter 4.
Job, though, not just the resume.
Yeah, we need the resumes to get the job.
To get the job, okay.
Yeah.
Chapter what?
Chapter 4, or whatever chapter's in that. I don't know. I don't even know if it has chapters, but I heard chapter 4. No, part 4. I'm sorry. Yeah, they do it different with this one. It's another reason to read it. It's something different. Instead of chapters, you got parts. And part 4 is going up in cyberways with your resume.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so.
Okay.
Yeah, read the book and you can figure out what that means.
So how do I join this book club?
Well, you're here, so.
You're in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, here you go. You're in the club.
That's what I need.
Yep, that's all you need.
Yep.
And you come to Books and Brews and get you a copy too. Join the book club. Yeah.
Yeah. So
this may be their only copy and he's got it, but ask around. You can find it.
I'll be done with it soon.
Okay.
So what we're looking for is, in the comments of this, whether it be on podcast or if you're on YouTube, tell us about your experiences reading resumes for dummies.
Yeah.
And and we will respond with whatever. If it's a really good comment, we might bring it into the show in a later episode. So
comment away. And if you have a bad comment, just don't bother.
Oh, no, we want bad comments, too.
Okay.
You know, any comments are good comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all right with that. If you want to tell us how bad we suck, we're okay.
All right.
We'll live with that.
Well,
Now, I mean, you probably won't, but I will.
well, no one's ever going to tell me that anyway, so I don't know why I'm worried.
Never worry. Never worry. It doesn't do anybody any good, right?
Yeah, no, I am the guru with multiple hats,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
The Moonshine Guru, the Moonshine Psychic, the Moonshine Trivia Master, and the Moonshine Book Club President, Brent Lee Smith, on the set today.
Right, Brent.
Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. See, now you got some reading material to go home with.
See, this is very productive today.
That is productive.
Yeah.
You know, he did for his first book club topic. I think he hit a home run.
I think he nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what songs are you going to sing for us up there today?
I think I'm going to do one off the first album called "Let Me In" that has been a pretty popular one. So I'll play that one for anybody that hasn't heard that yet, and play another one that I just recently finished up. So hopefully I'll get through it, and it's called "Working Man." It should be on my next album.
Oh, well, all right. Well, you ready to get to it?
Let's do it. Yep.
All right, we're going to be back right now on the Moonshine and Music stage with Tobacco Jones. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. Ready to go? This is a tune called "Let Me In." It's off my self-titled album Tobacco Jones. You can find it anywhere music streams. Get a hold of me for CDs. Rocks and nails and salt and gravel, always with me. Every road that I travel, rocks and gravel slow me down, but I can crawl back to your home if I'm drunk and all alone, and throw my stones at your window. I need whiskey like roots need water. I need trouble like the preacher's daughter. Looks good as trouble to me, and I'll find out the hard way if she's easy as they say when I throw my stones at a window. I've been beaten by eights and aces, and I have woke up in the strangest of places. Only strangers do I see, and when all good people are asleep, that sound outside might just be me throwing my stones at your window. I've been drunk and I've been sober, I've been loved and I have been passed over and over again, and it's hard to find a friend, someone who'll let me in, so I'll keep throwing my stones at your window. Thank you, folks. Thank you. This is a tune called "Working Man" that I just finished recently. This is going to be on my second album.
determined by somebody else, by what they are willing to pay. And it's common sense, there's no love in business, and money ain't nobody's friend. I've traded my time, muscle, and mind just to die with a dollar in my hand. Just to die with a dollar in my hand. Well, broke as I come, poor here I stand, like a skeleton once was a man. My fortune sought, gained and lost by forces beyond my command. And the working man works for the bread on his plate. It's the only thing left they don't take. The bills and the kid and the food and the rent, and there ain't nothing left now to save. No, you can't make enough now to save. Your factories and mills, the mines down under your hills. Fair pay and benefit shares and a pension and health care, we're fighting still. And the poor man, he works for the rich man to gain and sustain a career built on lies. To maintain the status of the wealthy elite, we pay with our very own lives. Yes, we pay with our very own lives. Most of my days been bought, sold, and transferred and traded, and taken advantage by those who would stand to reap the fruits of my labor. But I'll never give up, and I'll fight the good fight, and I'll work hard to live the good life. For a place of my own where my family can grow, and I can settle with my children and wife. And I can settle with my children and wife. Thank you, folks. I'm Tobacco Jones.
Moonshine and Music is a presentation of Notlehs Entertainment. Copyright 2019, all rights reserved. Our producer is Joe Shelton. Our cameraman, grip, and stunt double is Brent Lee Smith. On cameras and all sorts of other stuff, Bailey Shelton. And our staff guru is Brent Schlemmer. Join us each Sunday for more episodes of Moonshine and Music.